I'm building an all balsa wood cowling for the TunnelJet. Not going with balsa wood and foam combination. I prefer to work with the balsa wood instead of the balsa wood and foam. I actually think this is a little more straightforward going with all balsa wood. More straightforward to build. I started with making this nose stack, and after I cut this notch here, centered up this laser cut piece that was in the kit, I started cutting out pieces that were roughly an 1/8 inch bigger. Kept stacking them up, sanding this angle to match the center tub, and just kept stepping them back to get this angle that I'm going to eventually carve that to. Next, I tack glued this stack a couple places, here and here, both sides, and I've tack glued this plywood piece on the stack. So tack glued it in place. Then I measured up 3/4 of an inch in the front and back. I've tack glued this piece of balsa wood here for support, temporary support. And then this last piece here, I sanded it, working to a roller across to here, maintaining it 3/4 inch all the way across. So I sanded that level. Then I made this stack, made it the same width as the center tub. And that's what I've just finished doing, is I glued this on. It's not glued back here, it's just sitting on here. So I had that weighted down. So there's my basic structure for the cowling. Now I have these strips here glued in, along with this angle that matches that angle on both sides. So it's going to be a simple matter of sanding this nose block flush across here. And if you look at it right now, this is flush on both sides. So when I sand this, I'll be sanding right here and here on both sides. Then it's a simple matter of cutting a piece of balsa wood out that goes up into here, down here, comes up this angle, straight across. I'm going to overlap the transom. I'm not going to have a exposed joint here. So with it being overlap like that, the water, less chance for water intrusion. Same way with right here. This wraps around the nose, the balsa sheeting that'll go in here and down here and up into this area. So that'll be wrapped. This will be wrapped. This wraps down over here. So get this piece here glued on both sides, and I'll be ready to start carving the cowling. The strength of the structure is right in this cross section here. Should be, all the strength should be in there, and then this side sheeting is going to be for looks and also to wrap it for keeping water out. Let's see if we can pop this free now. There we go. For this wrap around the transom, I have the grain running this way using stiff balsa and multiple pieces, 1/4 inch wide strips to make that tight bend. I cut the pieces, and then I cut a little over halfway through with my razor saw, so these pieces can wrap like that. When I glue them on and then soak the joint right here with super glue. It fills all those little cuts. They actually pull tight, making the bend, and then fill them with glue. Just soaks in there. So a nice strong lip. And I'll sand this all to blend when I sand the top of the cowling. Doing this wrap first around the top of the transom, and then sanding this flush where it runs off here. Now the remaining piece, it's going to be a flat piece of balsa going all the way up this side around here and wrapping up about into here on the nose. And I'll blend that here and up past the top here on this top corner when I final shape and sand the cowling. Got 2 side pieces cut. Fit to this angle here and running off to the front here. Got the cowling taped in place. I'll go ahead and glue this on and then get on with the final shaping. I've added doublers on the inside. It matches up with this being doubled, and blended in the cheek, if you will, where the straight balsa side pieces start blending into the nose. And it's a beautiful fit. They usually are when you build them in place like this. So there's the balsa wood cowling. I do 45s. I was doing 45s down through here, so I got lines showing me my center of the cowling, and then you do 45s. You can see the width versus you just start sanding radius. Right? I can keep the widths of the 45 even, keep it centered. Same way when I was carving down through here on the nose. Right? So establishing the shape. Beautiful fits everywhere. Around the transom. This seam here. Underneath. Everything blends right in. Once I get it roughed in, then I go at it. And I spend a lot of time using whatever tools are necessary to come up with a final shape of my balsa wood cowling. I am really happy with how this turned out. The shape, the fit, it's mostly finished. Did a little bit of filling. Not final sanded, but it's close. It feels good in your hand, taking it on and off. I like balsa wood. Goes on so nice. Fits beautiful. Should look really good on the water.